Okay, moving on to putting the cables through the frame. I've been using Jaguar Pro Shift. You can use whatever housing you want. I've just been using Jaguar for a while. Originally started because housing used to be on the outside of the frame and I like to color match everything, and Jaguar has lots of nice colors. Obviously less important now with everything going through the frame, but I'm a good customer. So we'll start with the back one. It's easy enough. I do have an internal routing tool, but I didn't feel like I needed it last time, so we'll see. It's much easier routing back to front. Holes small to start, much bigger at the end, so this is a good way. So again, there seems to be some sort of lip in here. You feel it in the back. So I find rotating the cable so that it has a natural bend because it's been wound up. If you keep rotating it, you'll find a way to get it forward. Lip, a little bit of force. There we go. And then I just like to feel with my finger until I can feel it through the bottom bracket hole. Push it up and over. Make sure. And there we go. Easy. And at the other side. So now we have our first problem is cutting it to length. So the other reason why I went with the Jaguar Pro Shift is you need super long cable because we need housing all the way through the frame. So what I've found potentially easiest is just go all the way through. Start with it in the derailleur where you figure it'll need to be. Always best to leave a bit extra rather than not enough. So that seems pretty good. And I've got my bars over here, sorry. And then from here, I'm just going to eyeball how long it's going to take. There should be extra cabling, so you don't need to get it perfect. So always, again, overestimate. It's going to come through. I don't have super high stacks, so around the stem, around the bars, and roughly to here. We'll find out later if I regret this. Then take your classic cable cutters. If you don't have cable cutters, I highly recommend buying actual ones. For many years, I tried using just normal cutters that you would find at a hardware store. Nowhere near as good of a cut. And get it cut. So you always want to check the ends where you cut it to make sure it's good and clean. Sometimes because there's cables on the outside, metal cables, they'll bend in, especially if you have poor cutters, and that will impair your shifting. It'll feel like crap. The easiest way to fix that is if you have a dental pick, you can just put it in and round it back out. All right, so that one's done. We'll take whatever's left and we'll use it on the front. Put the front derailleur through. This one's super easy. There's a hole in the shell at the top. So as you feed it through the hole here for the back cable, you just make sure it goes in over the BB shell and up. And just like that, we've got our gearing cable through the frame.